Okay, good morning. I haven't done a video in probably, I don't know, maybe a few days or close to a week. But like I said, I don't know, never a dull moment, but it's really not funny. Where I was living for six and a half years, the town that I grew up in, um, I thought that it was my deceased grandparents' house actually, and I thought that it would be a good thing, to contribute to, because my grandmother passed away. My dad was in charge, and then there's three other siblings, so he had to evenly do whatever they have to do. I don't know, financially wise. So that's where I came in. Um, I I had money saved, and I wanted to put it towards getting a. I got out of a relationship, whatever. Long story short, I saved money. I was advocating for domestic and rape victims. I was honestly, I was selling and giving donations to like places for women and stuff, And I should have been for men too, but there really wasn't that many places. It's weird when you try to donate. They don't even want cash sometimes because some of the workers or something like that. But anyway, no, I did. I did do what I said I was going to do, but I was selling knockoff stuff, and I was told that wasn't supposed to be. So I didn't lie about it. I told them, that I had a lot of stuff that I bought and what I was doing, and they just said, "They'll sell the rest, whatever, blah blah blah," and then just that's that. All right. So, and then I also was delivering pizzas. I was just doing whatever I could, for money to save as much as I could because I don't know, the relationship I wasn't, it was rocky. So yeah, I did end up leaving, and I had saved money for like 2.5, 3 years. And in 2016, everything was like cheap. The real estate right now is like skyrocketed, crazy. So my credit wasn't good at the time, but I did get it fixed in 2021 just to get destroyed again. That's a whole nother episode. But anyway, and not to my doings. So yeah, I had a bunch of cash and to put down on even I didn't care even if it was a mobile home because I was already a homeowner at 22 years old, so it didn't have that first homeowner option again. Um, and I asked my dad, I said, "Dad, could you co-sign?" And I'll pay you to do it and it's just for a year. I'll borrow his name, and then that's how it works. Anyway, so we looked at a couple mobile homes, and then once he realized that I had the amount of cash that I did, then he said, "Oh, well, you could be a homeowner again. There's a chance that you'll never get." I fell right into it. I believed him. He told me to trust him. I started crying in the driveway. I said, "This is a lot of money. If something ever happened to you, and he's married." So I asked him, I said, do you have, oh God, what is it called? You know what I'm talking about? Like basically if something happened to him, like everything could go to her. And it wasn't about that. He didn't want me to tell her at all. And I think that she still doesn't know because when I say I'm not going to do something, I don't. So I never told her, and I thought that was kind of weird, but whatever. He's always been kind of secretive. So anyway, no, nope. I gave all that money, and then I bartended, and I saved a bunch more, put it towards a house. No, nothing worked out as planned. It ended up being a nightmare. Long story short, yeah, I went after 5 years. It was supposed to be signed over to me, and I asked him to put it in writing, even if it was just like something notarized or anything. And he said, "Just trust me," and I did. Well, the excuse is because I didn't abide rules. That's ridiculous. All my belongings got thrown away. Da 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 da. I'm not even going to get into it. People already know. It's not like I'm saying anything, in the area that I'm from. They already know all the nonsense. But you know what's so sick is to make someone like I lived across the street from my brother, and I thought I'd get closer to my niece, but I was just only kept away from her until she was 16. She's 18 now, and we have a good relationship. And she's like, "You're nothing like they said." I'm like, "No, I was hoping this day would happen," and it did. So, long story short, I just want to share a song that was skipping when I was told that I couldn't go in the house because it needed things fixed. Well, I knew that back in 2017, and I told him, but it was negligent to that. And years later, in 2022, I ended up with carbon monoxide poisoning, all kinds of poisoning from the house and gases, this, that, and the other. I mean, the only reason I found out is because I was scared because I literally urinated myself. And I was smashing into everything, and I was like, what the heck's going on? I was like, somebody poisoned me? What's going on? I just wanted to get out of that house, and I did. And I got into a car accident, and then blood work results showed that. So, yeah, I don't know. That was awful. That was awful itself. So then I end up going somewhere in like a hospital that I was sectioned to go to, almost like a Britney Spears, like a temporary Britney Spears type of deal. So, but it was supposed to be for 120 days, like for 4 months. Well, no, I got out of there in not even 2 months because I'm not whatever it is they're claiming to make me out to be, obviously. And it was a state place, a state hospital. So, with that being said, there's some state issues. And that's not, I'm so glad I can wipe my hands free of anything that's been negligent and flat out just wrongdoings to a person. Never mind, nevertheless, a family member. And I'm not saying it's all my father. No, it's more entailed. But I'm not going to get into it. But one thing I will get into is when I went back, and I was told that I couldn't stay there for 3 more months. Like, seriously, you really think that I'm that dumb? I had the key that I can, if I need to get a couple things, but half of my stuff was already thrown away. And I ended up with nothing, right? Nothing. Because it was evidence that there was mold. It was everything chemically on my belongings, just like it was in my body and my dog. And instead of doing the right thing and doing insurance, and claiming things on the insurance, because that's what it's for. No, we just don't want anybody to know, and just throw everything away. Well, all right, I'm getting off track because this is really not a topic that I'm fond of, and at the moment. Also, I went back there after 2.5 months, and I just was like, I don't care. Not because that's all he wanted me to do is stay away for 3 months because I wouldn't be a resident anymore. Come on, guy, really? I'm not that dumb. So then I went there, and and then I was called a squatter from my brother across the street, which I thought was like kind of like ridiculous. But whatever. Okay, so I'm a squatter. Yep. So while I was squatting, if I left that house and came back, it was like always a circus. There was always something being done, taken out of there, some little like weird thing to make me look like I was losing my mind. And you know what? It would make anybody lose their mind. Well, you know what? I found I thought it was on my phone skipping with this song that I'm going to play. But no, it wasn't my phone. So I'm like, where is that coming from? It came from a device that it looked like it was like this big, and it had the Celsius and Fahrenheit temperature and like a time and a power button. I couldn't turn it off, and it just kept skipping this song. So I took wire cutters, and I literally had to cut the wires. And then I wrapped it up in aluminum because I'm thinking like, all right, what's gonna like knock this thing out from whatever aluminum I know knocks things out. It throws off like the listening or whatever's going on, but they were doing it anyway. That was just something to here, let's get her, make her look like she's crazy. She's hearing things and stuff because that was going on in 2022. I thought the dog kept barking, and I heard people, she heard people, I heard people, and then they're acting, and then the police, they're like, oh, let me get this right, like one in particular. So you're hearing people in the walls. I said, no, it sounds like they're in the next room or outside, but no, I don't think they're in the walls. Well, this, clarified everything. And so then there's a lot of state things that had went with my hospital stay. Yeah, to be continued. And anyway, but yeah, I'll share this song. And it kept skipping. And once I cut the wires, do you know that they even had another one on the back porch? And I didn't even bother looking for it. I was so disgusted. So yeah, this is all just the beginning. I'm throwing bits and pieces out there because you literally like want to puke when like the reality that people would go to. to try to cover their and make themselves look good. It's really sick, but unfortunately, I'm living it's nonsense. It's more than nonsense. It's hurtful. It's mean, and you know, you don't do that crap. I mean, already, like any kind of chemicals, they already messed with your like psyche and your physical health. I got down to 78 pounds, and I had bile like in my stomach, my pancreas, my liver, my skin. Everything was just dying. But no, I'm still here. All right, so yeah, I'll play this lovely song that you know, they just wanted to. They literally threw a device in like one of the bins that I had to fish out, and then it wouldn't stop. And then I heard it out the back window in the porch, the patio in the backyard. They had one out there too. So good job. I'll never forget this song.